did they mean? Okay. The preamble to the Constitution includes the phrase, promote the general welfare. The preamble to the Constitution, the basic fundamental principles by which our government is supposed to behave, is supposed to function, includes promoting the general welfare. What the heck did the founders of the writers of the Constitution, what did they mean when they used that phrase? Why did they use that phrase? In this video, I'm going to discuss the meaning of that phrase. I'm Larry Meisel. Welcome to Confidence on Camera. This is day 5 of my 30-day challenge to practice talking to the camera, to improve my on-camera performance, to develop confidence, comfortability, and conversational tone. My purpose for this channel is to help me develop my main channel called The Examined Life, which is a channel for people interested in the civil discussion of ideas and issues, from the tremendously important to the trivial but interesting. My goal for the channel is to become monetized so that I can donate 90% of the proceeds to Doctors Without Borders, Amnesty International, Feeding America, and Oxfam, which is a World Hunger and Poverty Relief NGO. Now for today's topic, back to the idea of what did the founders mean when they decided to use the phrase general welfare. In nowadays, welfare has such a negative stigma, we've lost track of and we've lost touch with what the founders and the writers of the Constitution could have meant, because they certainly didn't mean big government programs and handouts to people who don't deserve them. What does that phrase mean? Well, welfare means well-being. General welfare means for the well-being of everyone, to the benefit of all. From the poorest to the wealthiest, from the most powerful to the least powerful. Based on the recognition that we are all interconnected, that what's good for some of us should be good for all of us. As President Kennedy is quoted as saying, "A rising tide should lift all boats." But we recognize that it's not possible to benefit everyone. We're not going to get unanimous agreement on what benefits, what is to the benefit of everyone. So you probably remember from grammar school learning that democracies try for the benefit of everyone, but we settle for the greatest good for the greatest number. But that begs the question, how do we measure that number? Do we start from the top down, from the most well-off, and work down as far as we can to benefit as many as we can? Or do we start at the bottom and work our way up? Start with the people who are least well-off and work up to benefit as many as possible? Or maybe we start from the middle and work our way out. Start from get the average, get the median, the mean. What's good for most people to broaden the middle? If we were to just look at the benefit for the greatest number, the greatest good for the greatest number, then slavery would still be legal, because in the southern states, the greatest good for the greatest number would be to continue slavery, because the economy of the South was inextricably connected to some people being able to own other people. So there are two concepts that are usually included in determining the greatest good. One is to benefit the least advantaged. That legislation, policies, and programs, that after they're enacted, the effect should be that the least well off are better off. Maybe not as well off as some, but at least not worse off. So if it's going to make some people worse off, then we have to go back to the drawing board. The other principle is called the veil of ignorance. It refers to the idea that you imagine yourself behind a curtain or a veil that prevents you from seeing the future, and so you can't know in advance how the legislation, policy, or program is going to affect you directly. So it would cause people to imagine the worst case scenario. If I was to be disadvantaged by this program, would I still be in favor of it? And if not, then not. I think that each session of Congress, every legislature, every subcommittee meeting should start by reading the Pledge of Allegiance, reminding what we're here for, and reading the Preamble to the Constitution. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, not totally without defect, but more perfect, better, striving to improve. A more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and promote the general welfare, and to secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and posterity and future generations. Establish this Constitution for the United States. You can think of it as kind of a mission statement. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. This is the mission. And it's based on a vision statement from the Declaration of Independence, that it is self-evidently true that all people are created equal, that all people are endowed with unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unalienable, cannot be taken away. So if you've gotten this far, you know the drill. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially comment. Give me your ideas in the description section below. Let me know your ideas, your attitudes, your opinions, your criticisms. And give me your positive suggestions for how I can improve my on-camera performance so that I can make my main channel successful to get monetized, so that it for a discussion place for people interested in the civil discussion of ideas, of issues, and current events, from the tremendously important to the trivial, but sometimes just interesting and entertaining. And after monetization, donate 90% of the proceeds to Doctors Without Borders, Feeding America, Amnesty International, and Oxfam, a World Hunger and Poverty Relief NGO. Just by watching, help me do good for others. Now, before I go, I want to mention that I see from the analytics that 2 people have been watching every day and giving me a like, giving me the thumbs up, but not commenting. Come on, take a couple minutes, give me your thoughts, especially help me improve my performance. Hope to see you tomorrow when I'll be having day 6 of my 30-day challenge. So goodbye.